Colorado High School Activities Association basketball is on Morgan County's B106, b106.com, and the Eastern Plains Sports Network tonight from Roosevelt High School. It's a Tri-Valley League doubleheader as the Fort Morgan Mustangs take on the Roosevelt Rough Riders. Mustangs are coming off their first victory of the year. It was a Tri-Valley League win over Mustangs are 1-6 in league play, 3-10 overall. We warn you that throughout the course of the night we've had some signal issues here, so we could be reconnecting and connecting. Hopefully that will not be an ongoing issue. Roosevelt goes into the game with a 2-5 league record, and they are 6-7 overall. Opening tip tonight is brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. Things happen in life. Make sure you're prepared with the right insurance coverage. Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance and Brush in Fort Morgan. Pelton jumping against Rachel Reese will set the starting lineups. Allie Bauman to Lauren Keller. Pulling up 10-footer right baseline is around and good. It hung on the rim and it went in for Lauren Keller. Bauman, Emma Wolf, Autumn Wheatley, Destiny Pelton, Lauren Keller. All underclassmen here for Roosevelt. Into the front court is Janessa Archuleta over to sophomore Mackenzie Sailors. Now dribbling into the lane. Jump pass right corner. Looked like a travel, no whistle. Back out to Archuleta. Jump pass in the right corner to Skylar Keller. Ball is tipped away by Allie Bauman. Now here's Autumn Wheatley in the lane to Bauman. Left baseline jumper is short. And there's a foul over the back. That's going to be on Fort Morgan and committed by Autumn Wheatley. First turnover of the game goes to Roosevelt. And again, apologies for any signal issues that we could encounter tonight. The long pass and a layup is up and in by Rachel Reese, the junior. Allison Beard, Mackenzie Sailors, Rachel Reese, Janetta Archuleta, Skylar Keller for Roosevelt. Pelton crosses the timeline, spins, looking, and she traveled. Both teams have committed a turnover here in the early going. Now the other way with the basketball. Sailor swings it in the left corner to Keller. Keller dribbles to her right. That's Skylar Keller for Roosevelt. Back out to Archuleta. Archuleta at the top of the three-point circle. Mustangs in a 2-3. Now in the right corner, long three, and that's an air ball as Keller grabs the basketball, missed by Mackenzie Sailors. Out of the pack, here's Autumn Wheatley. 6:39 to go in the opening quarter. Keller, right corner for Bauman. Lob down low for Pelton. Poked out of bounds by Skylar Keller. And the Mustangs retain possession. And to throw it in will be Allie Bauman. Lobs it into the lane to Pelton and slams into a defender. And that's going to be an offensive foul on Destiny Pelton. 2 turnovers for the Mustangs. And to throw it in will be Archuleta. Backcourt pressure over to Sailors. Sailors with a basketball. Dribbling left hand. Jump pass is taken by Archuleta. Now the front court jump pass is out of bounds intended near the Mustang bench for Allison Beard. And that is 2 turnovers now for each team in the early going. Here come the Mustangs. Emma Wolf in the backcourt. Bounce passed over to Bauman. Tied at 2, 6:20 to go in the opening quarter. Wolf on the outside left. Lobs it left of the free throw line to Pelton. She pulls up from 10 and misses off the back of the rim. And the rebound is into the hands of Mackenzie Sailors. Sailors across the timeline. Top of the three-point circle. Left corner. Keller 3 is off the front of the rim. And the ball is out of bounds. That is off of Roosevelt's Allison Beard. Mustang basketball. And Lauren Keller for Fort Morgan to throw it in. Just over 6 minutes to go in the first. Deadlocked at 2. Backcourt pressure to Bauman. Now to Keller. Lobs it near the timeline. Knocked out of bounds. Over there by Roosevelt, Skylar Keller. And the Mustangs retain possession along the side. To the left of the bench quarter court. Wheatley to throw it into the backcourt to Bauman. Now to Wheatley. Mustangs got to space themselves out. And here you go to Keller. Keller across the timeline, picks up the dribble, and then her pass intended for Bauman is poked away, intercepted by Archuleta. 3 turnovers for Fort Morgan. Not a good sign, but the defense has been there, tied at 2. In the right corner, faking the 3, stepping to her left is Baird, and now left of the lane, and that pass is going to be poked away. The ball is loose now. Right corner, Archuleta 3 is going to be off the back of the rim, and Lauren Keller grabs the rebound for Fort Morgan. On the outlet, here's Wheatley, long pass towards Wolf, knocked out of bounds by Skylar Keller. And the Mustangs retain possession just across midcourt. Autumn Wheatley to throw it in. Lobs it in the backcourt to Bauman. Tied at 2, 5:25 to go in the first. Bauman double team, jump pass to Keller. Now along the right baseline, Paul knocked out of bounds by Skylar Keller, intended for Destiny Pelton. Lauren Keller to throw it in on the offensive end underneath the basket, deadlocked at 2. Keller looking. Lobs it, left corner for Wolf. She'll take the long shot and miss it off the back of the rim inside the three-point line. Wheatley, though, grabs the rebound. The Mustangs reset. Right corner, Lauren Keller. Lob down low for Pelton. Turns, banks, misses. Pelton again. She goes back up and is fouled, and it is good. That's the and one for Destiny Pelton. And the Mustangs lead 4-2. Foul was committed on by Janessa Archuleta. Destiny Pelton to the stripe for Fort Morgan. And the free throw is up, and that's perfect. Mustangs looking for their second straight victory, lead 5-2. Into the backcourt, here's Mackenzie Saylor's jump pass towards Skylar Keller along the left baseline, all the way off the glass and in. Mustangs wanted it to travel, no whistle there. The lead is down to 1, 5-4. Lob in the backcourt is taken by Wolf. Emma Wolf with a left-handed dribble, pressured over there by Janessa Archuleta, crosses the timeline, bounce pass to the outside left to Bauman, back out to Wolf. 4:43 remaining in the opening quarter, and we got a 30-second timeout. Now it's a full timeout. That's a good one called by Mitch Elrick. The team has been out of sync offensively, even though they've got a 5-4 lead here in the first with 4 minutes and 43 seconds to go. Fill up your cooler, gas up your car. Stubbs Gas and Oil, easy and convenient. Make them the only stop you need on your way to the big game. And they got some great food over there. Man, is it delicious. Stubbs Gas and Oil. Mustangs have a quick turnaround after tonight. They'll face Erie coming up on Saturday in Fort Morgan. Brian Nickel will have the call of those games right here on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. For now, Destiny Pelton with 3 points, Lauren Keller with 2. That's accounted for Fort Morgan scoring. Rachel Reese and Skylar Keller, fellow juniors for Roosevelt, have tallied a bucket apiece. Mustangs will have the basketball at midcourt out of the timeout. Boys game will start at approximately, unless there's no delays here, at about 7:15. No changes yet by either team in the lineup. Keller just beyond midcourt to throw it in for the Mustangs. Looking to Wheatley in the backcourt. Wheatley across the timeline against Mackenzie Saylors. Left of the lane all the way off the glass and hit the bottom of the rim. And the rebound is Saylors. Boy, she had an open look and missed it. Saylors left-handed dribble at the top, left of the free throw line. Back out, long three, Archuleta, yes. Janessa Archuleta gives Roosevelt the lead. 7-5, she falls. And then the pass is over the head of Emma Wolf at midcourt. Out of bounds, thrown over there by Wheatley. And it's a turnover for Fort Morgan, their fourth. They've had a load of turnovers in games this season. Have to control that stat. Here's Mackenzie Saylors crossing midcourt, picked up by Wheatley. Hands it off to Archuleta. Archuleta right of the lane, banged up there by Bauman, dribbling to her left. Into the lane all the way is Baird, and she missed the shot, but the rebound is into the hands of Rachel Reese. And now the three straight away by Saylors is in and out. The rebound is controlled by Destiny Pelton. Strong board by the Mustangs senior. There's the outlet by Bauman. Mustangs can tie it with a basket, and we've got a foul. That's going to be a defensive foul on Archuleta trying to fight through a screen. That's going to be her second foul. She might have to take a seat on the bench, and that's going to be the case. And checking in now is going to be Trinity Ramirez. Keller to trigger it in. Keller looking, still looking. Lobs it in to Autumn Wheatley. Dribbles right baseline. Down low towards Pelton. Ball is out of bounds off of Ramirez. Mustangs retain possession. And Emma Wolf to throw it in. Bounce pass in the right corner for Bauman. Straight away to Keller. Lobs it left side to Wheatley. Left corner Wolf. Wide open three is going to be an air ball. Mackenzie Saylors has the basketball for Roosevelt. Long pass to Ramirez. Lost it. I think she traveled. She did. She did have momentary possession. And that is turnover number 3 for Roosevelt. Keller to throw it in with backcourt pressure to Bauman. Back to Keller. Underneath her own basket. Double team. Picks up the dribble. That was dangerous. And then her lob pass is knocked away at midcourt, but Wheatley chases it down. Cross-court pass to Keller, right of the lane. In the right corner, Wolf, another three, is another air ball, and the ball is saved in by Autumn Wheatley. Destiny Pelton has it. Nice job of Wheatley keeping the possession alive. On the high right, Wolf with the basketball, lobs it. Left baseline, Keller penetrates. She pulls up, and the shot is maybe partially blocked. Nonetheless, the ball's into the hands of Allison Beard of Roosevelt. Got nothing in terms of rim. Here's Sailors, left corner, wide open. Ramirez, three, is going to be off the bottom of the backboard. Lauren Keller has her third rebound for Fort Morgan. Outlet to Bauman. Here's Wheatley crossing midcourt, nearly stripped. Maintains possession on the right wing towards Wolf. Wolf bounce pass near the top to Bauman. Right baseline to Wheatley. Dribbles, pulls up. Shot is blocked. Pelton's got it. She puts it up, and that one is partially blocked. And it's into the hands of Ramirez of Roosevelt. Neither team in an offensive rhythm. Roosevelt leading 7-5. Into the lane, Sailors in the right corner. Beard fakes the three, steps in, bounce pass inside, and then Ramirez's shot is blocked out of there by Pelton. Here's Allie Bauman for Fort Morgan. Over to Wheatley. Wheatley guarded by Ramirez, bodied up, dribbles by two. It's a 5-on-3, then throws a brick from 15 feet away, hit nothing but glass. That was not a good shot. Mackenzie Sailors with a rebound. On the outlet right corner, Beard, wide open three. Is going to be an air ball. Neither team could shoot well at all. Rachel Reese has it for Roosevelt. Then it's stolen away by Autumn Wheatley. Wheatley one-on-one all the way, is fouled as she drove to the basket. Oh, they're going to say it's a tie-up. Wow, there's a lot of body contact. No doubt it was all ball, but it was body contact. And yet it was called a tie-up. Tessa Frasco checks in for Fort Morgan. And Delaney Sanchez for Roosevelt. Possession arrow in favor of the Mustangs. They'll retain possession here. Emma Wolf to throw it in. Here comes Lydia Eccles, and she will check in. Well, no, now it's going to be Roosevelt ball. Okay. Yeah, that will be Roosevelt ball. I thought it was pointing in their direction, but when I saw the Mustangs about to inbound it, I thought, well, maybe I'm wrong. Here is Sailors, stripped at midcourt, but it's chased down over there by Skylar Keller. Back out to Sailors, just beyond midcourt. Sailors straight away, dribbles by a defender into the lane, and then is fouled on the floor on the jump pass, and fouled over there by Lydia Eccles. It's Fort Morgan's third team foul, matching Roosevelt's total with 1:50 to go in the opening quarter. Sailors to throw it in. Looking. On the outside left, take it over there by Allison Beard, dribbles out of traffic, then throws a cross-court pass to Ramirez, fakes the three, steps to her left, bumps into Keller. That should be, not an offensive foul. Keller thought it was. It'll be called a block on Lauren Keller, her first, the team's fourth. Well, her positioning was solid there. Maybe she was moving just a smidge. And to throw it into the left of the basket will be Sailors on the offensive end with 100 seconds to go in the first. Sailors looking, and 5 seconds. That's a quick 5 seconds. That's the quickest 5 seconds I've ever seen. But the Mustangs will take the turnover. That's the fifth by Roosevelt. Bauman over to Keller. Keller in the backcourt, double team, picks up the dribble. Pass is tipped away over to Bauman, now to Keller. They got to get across the timeline. They're going to need a timeout. Yeah, Keller twice has picked up her dribble way too early. Yeah, just keep dribbling or just pass that ball, and that's the problem. The Mustangs are trapped in the backcourt, and Mitch Elrick has to use a second timeout here in the opening quarter. The first was a full timeout, and that one was a 30. Roosevelt leads 7-5 with 1:31 seconds to go. Yeah, this could be the first of 40 points. Now, Roosevelt's two league victories have come over Meade and Skyline, two teams that Fort Morgan lost to, but they were close against Skyline, had a chance to win that game. Close against Meade on the road, had a chance to win that one. And Fort Morgan's lone victory was a convincing one over Frederick, 53-36 last Saturday in Fort Morgan. Keller to throw it in quarter court in front of the Fort Morgan bench. Bounce pass in the backcourt to Emma Wolf. If Wolf can get that three-point shot going, they can stretch out that defense. Then the pass near midcourt taken by Frasco. Frasco spinning, looking over to Emma Wolf. She crosses midcourt. That was a chore, but the Mustangs got it done. Lydia Eccles, right baseline, puts up a shot and is fouled. Hit the side of the backboard, but she was hacked to the act. And the foul was committed by Delaney Sanchez of Roosevelt. Well, are they going to say instead? No, they said 1-2, not 2-1. Free throw is up by Eccles and in. Mustangs to within one. It's 7-6 with 1:16 remaining in the first. second free throw by Eccles is in the air, and that's perfect. And the game is deadlocked at 7. And here comes Roosevelt the other way. Sailors at the top. Back out to Skylar Keller. Right of the lane. Cut off by Wolf. Now here's Allison Beard into the paint. Left side to Ramirez. Ramirez left to the lane. Back out to Trinity. To Keller now. She puts up a left-handed shot and misses. That went from Ramirez to Keller. Tie-up for the rebound. Bodies go flying. That's going to be a tie-up between Frasco, Fort Morgan, and Delaney Sanchez of Roosevelt. Possession arrow Mustangs. Here comes Autumn Wheatley in for Emma Wolf. Tied at 7 with 58 seconds to go before the end of the first quarter. Bauman over to Keller underneath her own basket. Keller is double teamed, and then she's fouled. Trinity Ramirez tried to strip her. Instead, it's the 14th foul. And for Ramirez, her first. And Keller to trigger it in for the Mustangs. Yeah, it seems like a little bit of a quiet crowd. It was really raucous last year for the boys' game. Autumn Wheatley over to Keller. Keller on the high right. In the right corner, Eccles penetrates, puts it up. It's an air ball. She forced that shot, but it's taken by Bauman. 15-footer is back rim, no. Keller has it for Fort Morgan. She goes back up, and that is partially blocked. And we got a whistle as the rebound was grabbed by Delaney Sanchez. And apparently Eccles got hit. And she's going to be taken out of the game here. Might have got slapped across the eye. So here comes Caitlin Fajardo. And to throw it in for Roosevelt will be Skylar Keller with 37.8 seconds to go in a very, very, very ugly first quarter. 14 points and 9 turnovers combined. Right-handed dribble for Mackenzie Sailors. Dribbles to her left. Hands it off to Skylar Keller against Lauren Keller. Right side to Beard. Fakes the three. Steps in. Outside left. Sailors three. Yes. Mackenzie Sailors nails the wide open triple from the left wing. And then the Mustangs throw it away. It's taken by Allison Beard. 5th turnover for Fort Morgan. Right wing three. Hits nothing but backboard. Allie Bauman has the basketball for Fort Morgan. 10 seconds to go. Now to Wheatley with 9. Crosses midcourt with 8. Stripped from behind by Ramirez. Here's Roosevelt the other way. 3 seconds to go. Sailors all the way. Banks and scores. And that's going to be the final point, or the final points here, the opening quarter. With the score, Roosevelt 12, Fort Morgan 7. It's a 1-minute break on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Roosevelt scored the last 5 points of the first quarter, and then a strip there by Lauren Keller to begin the second quarter. The Rough Riders lead the Lady Mustangs 12-7. Bauman long pass to Pelton down low, turns, banks, and scores. Nice assist by Bauman, and the bucket by Destiny Pelton. She leads the Mustangs with 5. Fort Morgan to within 3, 12-9. Here in the lane is Horahan into the game for the first time, and she traveled. Madison Horahan with Roosevelt's 7 turnover. For the Mustangs, they've got Keller, Bauman, Wheatley, along with Destiny Pelton and Tessa Frasco. Wheatley in the backcourt, trapped over there by Trinity Ramirez. Out there with Mackenzie Sailors, mentioned Horahan, Rachel Reese, and Allison Beard. Long pass, right baseline to Pelton. Dribble, steps in, but prior to that, that's a foul. That'll be the 15th foul on Roosevelt. Rachel Reese with a body. That'll be her first. Mustangs to inbound it on the offensive end. Down by 3, 39 seconds into the second. Keller, left corner pass, Wheatley, wide open 3. Bingo for Autumn Wheatley. And the game is tied at 12. 5-0 run for the Mustangs. Sailors the other way. Lobs it into the seats. Intended for Ramirez. That is turnover number 8. Yeah, that was into the second row. That was really an errant pass, and we've seen a few of those. Janessa Archuleta with 2 fouls into the game for Ramirez. Wheatley to throw it in. Backcourt to Bauman. Bauman jump pass is tipped away, but she chases it down. Now feeds Keller. Mustangs have a 3-on-2 working. Keller, middle of the lane. Bounce pass over to Frasco. Frasco leans, banks, scores, and a foul. Should be an and one. Let's see if they count it. Yep, it's an and one. That foul should be on Archuleta. That would be her 3rd. Nope, they're going to say Reese instead. And to the line is Frasco. Mustangs on a 7-0 run, and the free throw is back rim, no good. and nearly a tie-up for the rebound, and that's going to be a tie-up between Wheatley and Beard. Possession arrow, Fort Morgan. As Roosevelt had the basketball first to begin the second quarter. Like a good neighbor, Greg Mullen and his team at State Farm Insurance are there to make the insurance world easy for you. 842-4555. Keller lobs it in, outside left to Frasco. Frasco dribbles to her right, picks up the dribble, bounce pass to Bauman near the timeline. Guarded by Ramirez, swings it left corner for Keller. Down low for Pelton, dribbles, turns, had the ball partially blocked. Wheatley's got it, and she's fouled as she misses. Autumn Wheatley to the line. And that foul is on Mackenzie Sailors, her first. Mustangs could be shooting quite a few free throws here in the second quarter because Roosevelt already with 17 fouls. This is a shooting foul, and the free throw is back rimmed. Autumn Wheatley hit a three moments ago. Fort Morgan on a 7-0 run. Wheatley trying to make it 8-0. Yes. The Mustangs lead 15-12. 6:42 to go before the break. Sailors the other way against Wheatley. Bounce pass in the left corner for Ramirez. Dribbles to her right. Picks up the dribble. Now Sailors penetrates left baseline. Swings it. Archuleta. Right wing three. Yes. Janessa Archuleta connects again. That's her second three. She's got 6, and the game is deadlocked at 15. Wheatley the other way. On the outside right to Keller. Lauren Keller lob pass towards Wheatley. Wheatley at the top. Wheatley dribbles to her right. Ramirez right there. Left wing to Bauman. Bauman lobs it down low for Pelton. Turns, shoots, and scores. Little 10-footer for Destiny Pelton. She's got 7 in the game. Fort Morgan 17, Roosevelt 15. Under 6 to go before the break. On the high left, Skylar Keller into the paint all the way. Has the shot blocked by Pelton. Keller comes away with the basketball. Keller maintains the dribble. Now to Tessa Frasco. Frasco jump pass to Wheatley. Wheatley crosses midcourt. Mustangs up by 2. Back out to Frasco. Frasco dribbles to her right. Spins, looks, kicks it back out straight away to Autumn Wheatley on the left wing to Bauman. Bauman dribbles to her right. Cross-court pass to Keller. Keller cut off. Now puts up a long three. Good! Lauren Keller with a triple. She hit that one from the parking lot. And the Mustangs now lead 20-15, and Fort Morgan is on a massive run right now on a 13-2 run. Straight away, 3 Sailors. Hits nothing but backboard. Destiny Pelton has the basketball for Fort Morgan. That's her 4th rebound. Pelton in the backcourt to Bauman, and then Pelton nearly stripped from behind. Has to get rid of it. Throws it to Wheatley. Got across the timeline, and it's a 10-second violation. For Fort Morgan, that's their 7th turnover. She was within about a foot of crossing the timeline in time. But again, a 12-7 Roosevelt lead is now a Fort Morgan 20-15 advantage. So it's actually a 13-3 run. The only point scored by Janessa Archuleta with that three-pointer. Sailors against Autumn Wheatley. Dribbling at the top of the three-point circle. Now to Archuleta into the paint. Right corner pass over to Beard, and banks and misses the three. And the one-hop rebound to Autumn Wheatley of Fort Morgan. That's her 3rd. Wheatley jump pass outside right intended for Keller, intercepted by Archuleta. It's a 2-on-1. Archuleta with Wheatley to beat Banks, misses, and a foul. Autumn Wheatley commits her 2nd. To the line will be Janessa Archuleta. Engineering and consulting services for all of your projects at Western Engineering Consultants. Strong commitment to their clients' needs sets them apart. At Western Engineering Consultants, first free throws in and out. Second free throw coming up for the junior, Janessa Archuleta. That one is up, and that one is off to the right. Hit nothing but backboard, so the rebound, no rebound there. Fort Morgan basketball. You got to hit the rim in order to warrant a rebound. Keller to trigger it in. Backcourt pass to Bauman. Bauman dribbling on the high left. Jump pass. Boy, that was a careless one. Tipped away. It's loose, and it's still loose. And we got a collision in midcourt. I think Wheatley was fouled. I think she had position on Ramirez. That should be a 1-and-1. Yeah, Ramirez commits the foul. That's her 2nd. But again, that pass by Bauman, she got lucky that it was deflected right to a Mustang. Autumn Wheatley with a 1-and-1. Again, trying to extend a 13-3 run with just over 4.5 to go in the second. Wheatley's got 4 points all in the quarter. And the free throw is good. The lead is now 6 for the Mustangs at 21-15. second free throw coming up for Autumn Wheatley. That's good. Fort Morgan in control now, up by 7 after being down by 5. Archuleta to trigger it in. Ramirez is out. And Rachel Reese checks back in for Roosevelt. Mackenzie Sailors, I don't think she's taking a break. Bounce pass free throw line for Reese and tied up, or are they going to call a foul on Keller? They are going to call a foul on Bauman instead. It would have been Keller's second. Instead, it's Bauman's first. Sailors to throw it in. 16 foul against Fort Morgan. Sailors on the offensive end. Lobs it in the left corner. Archuleta guarded by Bauman, and that's an offensive foul. Great defense by Bauman. Archuleta pushed off. That's also a turnover there, 9th, and Archuleta now has 3 fouls. So Trinity Ramirez back into the game. The Mustangs are picking up where they left off with that 17-point victory against Frederick on Saturday, up by 7. Bauman spins to the backcourt. Bauman bounce pass to Wolf. Left-handed dribble crossing midcourt. Emma Wolf bounce pass right wing to Bauman. Lobs it down low for Pelton. Pelton goes up and she's fouled as she misses. Strong move to the... Oh, they're going to call traveling. Oh, it looked like the back official was about to call a foul, but instead it's a travel on Pelton. Well, both teams now have 9 turnovers. And Mackenzie Sailors with the basketball straight away for Roosevelt. Dribbles right in the lane. Jump pass is thrown into the seats. That's the second time they've done that. Intended for Beard in the right corner. And this is their home floor, so you certainly know the angles. Yeah, rather surprising with that errant pass. Wolf to throw it in. Backcourt pass taken by Bauman underneath. Bauman dribbles by a defender, but then she's got a dribble by 2. Nearly threw it away. Frasco's got it. Now to Pelton. Pelton hands it back off to Wolf. Wolf with the basketball. Bounce pass near the timeline to Allie Bauman, setting up the offense. And a left wing to Keller. Penetrates left baseline. Bounce pass down low to Frasco. Banks and scores. What a beautiful look there by Lauren Keller. And Frasco took advantage. Frasco with 4 points all in the quarter. And Fort Morgan leads by 9. 24-15. Skylar Keller right of the lane. Now to Allison Beard. Dribbles left hand into the lane. Bounce pass down low. Rachel Reese goes up and scores. She threw it up very high from about 2 feet away, but it swished. She's got 4. Mustangs up by 7, 24-17. Wolf the other way. Wolf lost control, got it back. Jump pass to Keller at the free throw line. Now to Bauman. Down low, Pelton. Dribbles, turns, banks, too strong. Pelton grabs the rebound, goes back up, misses. Pelton goes up again and scores, and a foul. Destiny Pelton taking over for the Mustangs. Down low. 6 in the quarter, 9 in the game, and the foul was committed by Skylar Keller. That's her first, and Destiny Pelton to the stripe. And the Mustangs lead by 9 again. Free throw, Pelton off to the right. Skylar Keller grabs the rebound for Roosevelt. Across the timeline for the Rough Riders. Sater straight away 3, barely got to the rim, and it's off of Keller's left hand out of bounds. It's Lauren Keller. Yeah, she had to go for that basketball. If not, it would have bounced all the way in the corner to Ramirez of Roosevelt. Just couldn't control it with 3:03 to go second quarter. Big quarter for Fort Morgan, a huge quarter. They've scored 19 points in this frame. Here's the lob near the top. It's intercepted by Lauren Keller. Keller a 2-on-2. Bounce pass Bauman, and she misses, but she's fouled by Skylar Keller off the Roosevelt turnover. And that's Skylar Keller's second. And they've got 4 players with at least 2 fouls, and Roosevelt needs a timeout. 2:58 to go second quarter. Let's take it with them. It's Fort Morgan 26, Roosevelt 17. A 1-minute break on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Allie Bauman to shoot 2 with the Mustangs up 26-17 with 2:58 to go before halftime, and the free throws off to the right. Fort Morgan so far from the line is 5 out of 8. Make it 6 out of 9. Now Bauman with a second. That one's up, and that one is in. First point of the game, and Fort Morgan has a double-digit lead. They've scored 20 points in the quarter. We still have 2:53 to go. Sailors on the outside left to Ramirez. Bumped by Bauman, no whistle. Lob left baseline to Sailors. Penetrates. Jump pass going to be tipped away, but taken by Reese. Now the ball is loose, and Skylar Keller has it, and she is bumped. Yep, that's going to be a foul on Fort Morgan as she drove to the basket. 17th foul, the first on Tessa Frasco. 1-1 here. They've got to hit their free throws because they're down by 10. But we're still early in the game with 2:43 to go, second quarter. Fort Morgan has had a 20-5 second quarter. Free throw is in by Skylar Keller. Second free throw is coming up. That's the first free throw Roosevelt has made in 3 attempts. So the Mustangs have 10 free throw attempts in the game. This will be Roosevelt's fourth. That free throw is off to the right, and the ball is loose. It's rebounded off the hop to Emma Wolf. Wolf looking for a pick from Keller. Well, she's bodied up, no whistle. Wolf spinning into the front court. She knows how to dribble well with both hands. Bounce pass to Keller straight away. Keller left of the lane, pulls up from 10. Yes! Lauren Keller with a beautiful jumper. 7 points in the game for the senior. Fort Morgan leads by 11. Sailors in the right corner for Beard. Dribbles to her left, into the paint. Back out, wide open three. Skylar Keller, no good. Ball is tipped around once and twice. And Lauren Keller has her 6th rebound. There's the outlet of Pelton, but not a good pass. She threw it away. And then Keller re-intercepts. Here's Keller for Fort Morgan. Teams exchange turnovers. Keller jump pass towards Bauman. Bauman, left wing, lobs it down low over Pelton's head and hands out of bounds. I don't know why the Mustangs are in a rush. You're up by 11. They're trying to force things here. They weren't doing that earlier. Just set up the offense, and you will not allow Roosevelt to get back into the game with 1:52 to go. Mackenzie Sailor straight away hands it off to Race. Race to Skylar Keller all the way. She banks and scores. She dribbled by 2 defenders and found an easy lane to the basket. Skylar Keller with 5. Bauman jump pass to Wolf. Front court, 29-20 Fort Morgan. 1:36 to go, second quarter. Allie Bauman straight away. Dribbles by defender. Her runner's up, and it's an air ball. And was it partially blocked? No, it wasn't. Little 10-foot air ball. Didn't get enough mustard on it. And Roosevelt with possession. Mackenzie Sailors will set it up. Only a sophomore for Roosevelt. Fort Morgan 29, Roosevelt 20. Met by Bauman at the top, dribbles left wing, bumps into Bauman, and that's going to be a blocking foul on Bauman. She goes to the floor. It's a good call. That paid off earlier against Archuleta, who committed the offensive foul, but that time it was a defensive foul. Sailors had 5 points in the first quarter and will step to the stripe. Front end of the 1-1. The Sailors free throw is in. Second free throw upcoming here for Mackenzie Sailors. Spins, bends, dribbles, shoots, and scores. 29-22. It's now a 4-0 run for Roosevelt. Wolf bounce pass near the timeline to Pelton. Back out to Bauman. Cross court left corner for Keller. Penetrates left baseline. Pulls up from 12. Oh, she did it again. Lauren Keller's got that jumper going beautifully. Keller was 7 in the quarter, 9 in the game. Fort Morgan back up 31-22. Ball tipped away near the top. Taken by Sailors. Sailors against Bauman. 2-3 defense. Back out. Here's Allison Beard. Cross-court pass to Sailors, left of the lane. Now back out left wing. Ramirez is going to dribble into the lane, and then she's fouled on the floor. Boy, Mustangs playing just too tight inside. Yeah, don't need all that contact. That's going to be on Frasco. They're getting a little bit too handsy. Defense, of course, got to use those feet. 19th foul, another 1-1 as Ramirez will shoot. Roosevelt has taken now, this will be their 7th free throw of the quarter. They had none in the first quarter. The Ramirez free throw is good. Second one upcoming for Trinity Ramirez, down to an 8-point lead for the Mustangs. Spinning, shooting, and missing off to the right. Lauren Keller with a beautiful box out for the rebound. Keller grabs her 7th board. Keller 1-on-3 all the way, bumps, and we got a whistle and a foul. Lauren Keller with the ultimate force, but knowing how to use her body to draw the contact, and she will go to the line. That's Rachel Reese, I believe, with her 3rd foul. And Lauren Keller, who's had a huge quarter with 7 points. Yeah, she didn't have the numbers, but she had an angle that she exploited. Free throw is perfect. Keller in this quarter has scored nothing down low. A 3 and 2 jumpers. And they were both from at least 10 feet away. Second free throw, and of course free throws are from 15 feet away. That one is up, and that one is a thing of beauty. Nothing but net. Keller's got 9 in the quarter, 11 in the game, carrying Fort Morgan here along with Destiny Pelton. Mustangs lead by 10, 28 seconds to go. Fajardo into the game for Fort Morgan. Skylar Keller back out to Allison Beard. Left-handed dribble on the left wing to Sailors against Fajardo. Back out to Ramirez. Here's Beard looking at the three. Fakes the three. Dribbles. Right wing. The three by Skylar Keller's off the back of the rim. But the ball is rebounded by Allison Beard. Straight away, Keller gets the basketball all the way. Puts it up bottom rim. No. And Lauren Keller has her 8th rebound for Fort Morgan. Here's Fajardo with 2, with 1. And she's not going to get off a shot. And that will be the end of the opening half. That's a great quarter for the Mustangs as they put together 26 points in that period. Let's take a 3-minute break. We're at halftime. Fort Morgan 33, Roosevelt 23 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Mackenzie Sailors, Janessa Archuletto's got 3 fouls, Allison Beard, Skylar Keller and Rachel Reese to begin the third quarter for Roosevelt. The Mustangs lead the game 33-23. Allie Bauman, Lauren Keller, Autumn Wheatley, Emma Wolf, and Destiny Pelton for Fort Morgan. Roosevelt basketball. And Beard to throw it in. Gets it into Sailors with a right-handed dribble. Well behind the three-point line, straight away to Archuleta, down low for Keller. In the right corner to Beard. Now right wing, Sailors 3 is off the front of the rim, but the rebound is into the hands of Reese. Now the Archuleta 3 is off the back of the rim. It's tipped around once, twice, into the hands of Skylar Keller. She banks and misses. And there's a loose ball and a tie-up. A lot of rebounds there for Roosevelt. Possession arrow, Fort Morgan. Backcourt pressure. Into Wheatley. Takes a dribble back to Keller. Keller with a right-handed dribble. Picks up the dribble. Now to Wheatley. Back to Keller on the jump pass. Keller still looking. Got across the timeline. Does on a high right to Bauman. Bauman picks up the dribble. Lobs it to Keller. Right wing. Down low bounce pass towards Pelton out of bounds. I think she was anticipating Pelton cutting towards the baseline near the corner as opposed to down low, and she threw it away. 12 turnovers on Fort Morgan. Mackenzie Sailors the other way. In the left corner, dribbling to her right is Allison Beard, guarded closely by Wheatley. They've guarded her very tightly. Now penetrating left baseline. Sailors cut off by Wheatley. Back out to Beard. Straight away, here is Skylar Keller, right in the lane, all the way. Has a shot blocked by Destiny Pelton. Pelton away with the basketball. Here is Autumn Wheatley. Wheatley at the top, bounce pass, left corner for Keller. Back out to Bauman, lob down low, Pelton. Pelton then is fouled on the floor. No, a tie up there with Rachel Reese. Roosevelt basketball. Neither team has scored in the first minute and 15 seconds here in the third. Mackenzie Sailors for Roosevelt. Dribbles right of the paint. Lobs it right side to Archuleta. Jump pass cross court to Skylar Keller. Into the paint all the way. And then is fouled on the floor, going up for a shot actually. Foul is on Destiny Pelton. Her second. Excuse me. And to the stripe is Skylar Keller. Keller's first free throw is in the air, and that one is off to the right. 4 out of 9 is Roosevelt from the line. Keller scored 5 points in the first half. Second free throw for Skylar Keller is in the air, and that one is in and out. Destiny Pelton grabs her 8th rebound, matching Keller's total. There's the outlet to Bauman. Now here's Wheatley. Wheatley dribbling and spinning on Archuleta at midcourt. Beautiful left and right-handed dribble. Back out to Bauman. Bauman dribbles by 2, then looked like a double dribble. The Keller shot right wing is good! Just inside the three-point line, Lauren Keller hits another jumper. She's got 13 in the game. The lead is 12. 35-23 in the left corner. Beard dribbles to her right, into the paint all the way. Her hook shot is up and short, and the ball is into the hands of Rachel Reese. Goes back up, and she misses too strong. And then there's going to be nearly another tie. No, Beard has got it. Back out to Ramirez. No, Keller. And then a travel on Allison Beard. 13 turnovers for Roosevelt. They have not been in an offensive rhythm. Emma Wolf is out. Caitlin Fajardo is in. Fort Morgan has their biggest lead of 12. Backcourt pass taken by Lauren Keller. Keller across the timeline. Keller right of the lane. Back out to Pelton. Straight away to Wheatley. Fakes the three. Right corner to Lauren Keller. They're right on top of her. Lob down low. Knocked out of bounds by Allison Beard. Intended for Wheatley. That's not a spot that Wheatley normally gets the ball. That's a spot where Pelton gets it. Keller to throw it in. To the left of the basket on the offensive end. Lobs it near the top to Pelton. Pelton swings it towards the right corner. She telegraphed that pass. Luckily knocked out of bounds into the Mustang bench by Mackenzie Sailors of Roosevelt. Keller to throw it in for Fort Morgan. Lauren Keller lobs it back out to Bauman in the right corner. Fajardo wide open three. Yes! Caitlin Fajardo nails the triple. And in the game season. Left wing Wheatley. Wide open three. Back of the rim. And the right. Jesus. All right, we've trying to reestablish a signal here. Now there's a foul committed. Is that the fourth there? They're putting 4 fouls. Is that on Reese? Apologize for the issues with the signal. Trying to clear that up. We had some issues before the game. 38-23 Fort Morgan. 4:55 to go, third quarter. Here's Autumn Wheatley spinning in the front court. Wheatley with the basketball. Wheatley bounce pass to Keller. Free throw line. 15-footer. Good. Lauren Keller cannot miss tonight. She's got 15 points in the game, and the Mustangs lead by 17. It's 40-23. Here's Sailors in the right corner. Archuleta three. It's an air ball, and it's off the left hand of Reese out of bounds. And it will be Mustang basketball with Keller to throw it in. Keller with Ramirez right on top of her, and Fort Morgan is in control of this game. Up by 17, pressured by Skylar Keller. Here's Fajardo across the timeline, picks up the dribble, and then that pass near the timeline is intercepted. Here's Roosevelt the other way, 13 turnover. On the outside left, Mackenzie Sailor straight away to Skylar Keller. Dribbles into the paint all the way, scoops it up, and in, and a foul. And she'll go to the line. That's an and one. As the basket counts, and Pelton commits the foul for Fort Morgan, her third. Sailors now with 9 points in the game. (40-25) Mustangs. They've extended the lead here in the third with 4:18 to go. When it comes to experience, Buildings by Design is the best in the business. Quality, commitment, and experience makes Buildings by Design the only choice when it comes to your next project. Buildings by Design. And the free throw is in. Now it's a 40-26 game. Emma Wolf in the right corner. Fajardo another three, and it's off the lip of the rim. Sailors grabs the rebound. Here comes Roosevelt the other way. Under 4 minutes to go in the third. In the right corner, Archuleta, long three. That's no good. And the ball is loose. It's rebounded by Keller on a hop. That's Skylar Keller. Back out to Mackenzie Sailors. Hands it off to Ramirez. Left of the lane all the way. Throws up a wild shot and misses off the back of the rim. Tessa Frasco has the rebound for Fort Morgan. Out of the pack with the basketballs. Emma Wolf behind her back. Beautiful dribble across midcourt, met by Ramirez over there. Wolf maintains the dribble, has to get rid of it, or the 5-second will be called. Bounce pass over to Frasco, left wing. Fajardo, triple, in and out. Oh, that was halfway down. The ball is poked out of bounds, and that is off Roosevelt. Fort Morgan basketball. And let's see who throws it in. That should be Keller. And it is Lauren Keller. Lobs it on the outside right. Now in the right corner, Keller off the feed, and that's missed a 15-footer off the feed from Wolf. And the rebound is controlled by Skylar Keller of Roosevelt, her fourth. Mackenzie Sailors the other way. Sailors at the top. Lobs it left corner. Back out to Ramirez. Dribbles left of the lane straight away. The three by Keller is good. Skylar Keller is now getting a little bit hot here in this quarter. 5 in the quarter, 10 in the game. The Mustang lead is down to 11. It was at 17. Lob pass, backcourt. Wheatley across the timeline. Under 3 to go. Left wing, Emma Wolf. Wide open 3 is off the front of the rim. Tessa Frasco need a bucket here unless Keller lobs it in. Back out to Wolf. Right baseline to Keller. 10-foot rainbow is going to be short. And the ball is loose, still loose. And Mackenzie, check that. Skylar Keller has it, banks and misses. And Autumn Wheatley has the basketball for Fort Morgan. Mustangs got a break there. Could have been a bucket there for Roosevelt. Wheatley the other way. Right corner for Keller. Back out to Fajardo. Dribbles to her right. Jump past Keller. Right corner shot is an air ball. Missed it badly. Tie for the rebound between two number 12s. It'll be Roosevelt basketball. Wheatley ties up there with Delaney Sanchez into the game. And again, we apologize for any interruptions. There are some issues here with the signal, especially here in this third quarter. We were clear of those in the first half for the most part. 40-29 Fort Morgan, 2:12 to go in the third, and a body goes flying. This will be a foul on a Fort Morgan player trying to run through a pick, I believe. Yeah, that'll be Emma Christensen committing her first. 3/4 court. Skylar Keller to throw it in. Roosevelt on a 6-0 run, but they're down by 11. Mackenzie Sailors into the paint all the way, tries to squeeze it up, banks, and in, out and in. Sailors scores 11 points. Timeout Roosevelt. We'll keep it right here. Mobile banking on the go makes banking easier for you when you're on the go at Equitable Savings and Loan. That is, check them out today. An 8-0 run for Roosevelt. This game is not over. Mustangs led 40-23. Now it's 40-31. But it was Roosevelt which took the timeout. Well, it's a good timeout for Fort Morgan, actually. They need to gather themselves. They're getting looks, but not hitting the shots they did earlier. When Fajardo hit a 3, that made it a 17-point game. But Skylar Keller has come back very nicely here for Roosevelt. Unless there's a collapse here, Fort Morgan will have the lead going into the fourth. But they've got to play solid here over the last 2 minutes and 4 seconds. Let's reset the lineups. Fajardo, Wolf, Wheatley, Christensen, and Frasco for Fort Morgan. Delaney Sanchez, Skylar Keller, Mackenzie Sailors, Janessa Archuleta, and Trinity Ramirez for Roosevelt. Frasco lobs it into Wheatley. Wheatley pressured by Archuleta. She's double teamed and has the ball stripped, and it's loose, and Archuleta's got it. There's the lob for Ramirez. She banks and she misses. And the rebound is into the hands of Emma Wolf. Looked like a travel, no whistle. Then Wheatley lost the basketball again. Left baseline, there's going to be a foul on Fajardo. Fort Morgan has now committed 5 team fouls, and the Mustangs are starting to fall apart a little bit. Have to take care of the basketball. That's 15 turnovers for the Mustangs. Now Lauren Keller is summoned quickly back into the game for Christensen. Yeah, they need, with her and Pelton on the bench, they have minimal offensive weapons there. The lob is poked out of bounds by Keller. Oh, they're going to say it went off Archuleta. Nice job of Keller knocking it off Archuleta. 15 turnovers for Roosevelt. Along the side, Keller to throw it in. Let's see if somebody breaks to the other end. Somebody could break to the other end. That'd be a nice baseball pass. Backcourt towards Wolf, off her left hand out of bounds. Oh, that was awful. She threw that about 7 or 8 feet, and Wolf couldn't haul it in. Yeah, somebody should have broken to the other end. It was wide open. Well, here comes Roosevelt again into the front court. Sailors with a basketball right of the lane. Back out to Archuleta. Dribbles, jump pass, right corner for Sailors. Picked up by Fajardo. Into the paint. Bounce pass, cross court to Ramirez. Straight away here, Sailors. Right of the lane, all the way. Jump pass down low, intended for Sanchez. Poked away, and it looks like there's going to be a tie-up between Wheatley and Keller. Possession arrow, Fort Morgan. Well, it's pointing Fort Morgan's way. Called timeout. Bounce pass towards Wheatley. And the ball is loose. And that might be another tie-up. Nope. It was a kicking violation. Kicking violation. Keller to throw it in. Once again, Keller looking, still looking. Backcourt to Wheatley. Wheatley left-handed dribble. Wheatley met at the timeline against Trinity Ramirez. Wheatley then has the ball stripped out of bounds. Yeah, that's a lot of dribbling by one player. And, they're going to say that Fort Morgan touched it last. I didn't even see that. Yeah, it's getting very sloppy here. Both teams here in the last minute plus. Mustangs maintain a 40-31 lead. Mackenzie Sailors the other way. Minute 15 to go in the third. Sailors at the free throw line. Left wing. Here's Skylar Keller. Met by Keller. The other Keller. Here's Archuleta. Spinning on Fajardo. Right wing. The three is up by Skylar Keller and in. Skylar Keller nails a three. And the run continues for Roosevelt. It's now an 11-0 run. Wheatley in the backcourt across the timeline. Mustangs up by 6. Bounce pass inside to Frasco. She banks and scores. Autumn Wheatley breaks the press, and Frasco converts on the offensive end. She's got 6 points. 42-34 Fort Morgan. 42 seconds to go in the third. Jump pass outside right. Archuleta penetrates, and we got a whistle and a foul. That's on Fort Morgan. That's already the 16th foul. And that's on Fajardo, her second. And again, we are hoping we can hold our signal as long as possible here from Johnstown. Had some issues here during the game. Excellent job done by our sound engineer and producer, Herrick Curtis. And then losing the basketball in the lane was Ramirez, taken away by Wolf. Wolf with one to beat, bounce pass inside, and that's intercepted by Delaney Sanchez, but she tried to throw it in towards a teammate, and instead it deflects off a Roosevelt Rough Rider to a Mustang. Here is Emma Wolf for the basketball. Over to Autumn Wheatley. Wheatley looks up at the clock with 15 seconds to go. Fajardo now with 13. Dribbles to her right at the top. Looking for Wolf. Hands it off to Wolf with 10 seconds. And then dribble the ball off her leg out of bounds. Fort Morgan played really well in the first half of this third quarter, but not well at all in the second half of the quarter. In fact, they've scored 2 points in the last 3 minutes. But they're up by 8. Sailors with 5 seconds to go. Hands it off to Skylar Keller with 3, with 2. Right wing Archuleta. Right corner Ramirez. She can't get off the 3. And that's the end of the third quarter with the score. Fort Morgan 42. Roosevelt 34. 1 minute. A 1 minute break on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back with you from Roosevelt High School in Johnstown. Let's head to the fourth quarter. The Mustang girls looking for their second straight victory. Had a 17-point lead, but then Roosevelt went on an 11-0 run. Mustangs countered with a bucket. They lead Roosevelt 42-34. Roosevelt has the basketball to begin the fourth. Skylar Keller, Mackenzie Sailors, Janessa Archuleta, Trinity Ramirez, and Delaney Sanchez for the Mustangs. Lauren Keller, Autumn Wheatley, Allie Bauman, Emma Wolf, and Destiny Pelton. Starters out there for the Mustangs. Archuleta left of the paint. Now to Sanchez, dribbling to her right, bounce pass back out to Sailors. Dribbles against Keller, puts up a shot off the glass and too strong. Destiny Pelton grabs her 9th rebound for the Mustangs. On the outlet to Bauman, Keller was open, now has the basketball on the right wing. Keller jump pass down low towards Pelton. That is off her hand out of bounds. Fort Morgan with 19 turnovers. If they just score about 10 to 12 points in the quarter, that's going to be enough. They've been playing solid defense. Sailors back out to Ramirez, left of the paint, cut off over there by Emma Wolf at the free throw line as Sailors kicks it back out to Skylar Keller. Keller, right wing, wide open. Ramirez won't take the three. She dribbles, and then she's bumped by Autumn Wheatley. 17 foul. And again, Fort Morgan's got to avoid those fouls. It stops the clock, and it just gets the opposing team to the line. Wheatley with her third. I mean, that's a way for the Rough Riders to score without putting much effort. This will be a 1-and-1, 17 foul. Trinity Ramirez has 1 point. That was a free throw in the second quarter. Missed the other one. Right now it's a 3-possession game early in the fourth. Ramirez bends, shoots, and misses off the back of the rim. Destiny Pelton with rebound number 10 on the outlet to Wheatley. Just stay in control. Wheatley, jump pass front court to Bauman, cross court to Wolf. Wolf into the lane, down low to Keller. She was tripped up. That'll be a foul on Skylar Keller. That will be her third. Only the second team foul. Lauren Keller to throw it in. A bucket here would give Fort Morgan a double-digit lead. Lob into Pelton. Little 10-footer is around in and out. Boy, that was almost in there. Rebound to Sailors of Roosevelt. Sailors with 6:57 to go in the game. Right of the lane, puts up a runner off the side of the backboard. And Autumn Wheatley has her 5th rebound for Fort Morgan. Left-handed dribble. Dribbling into the front court to Keller. In the right corner, Wolf won't take that shot. Bounce pass to Keller. She's been hot tonight. Cross court left wing to Bauman. Bauman dribbles to her right. Spins. Back out on the left wing to Wheatley. Gets a pick from Bauman. Into the paint. Straight away. Emma Wolf. Wide open 3. She'll take it, and she'll miss it off the back of the rim. And Destiny Pelton pokes the ball out of bounds. That was a great look. Yeah, Wolf has been cold tonight. She's had, I think, three looks from 3. Remember that game against Frederick last year? She was so hot. I think she nailed 5 threes. Other way, Skylar Keller 3 is off to the right. And the rebound and a hop to Destiny Pelton, her 11th rebound. There's the outlet to Allie Bauman. Bauman to Wolf. They're going to have to call a timeout because they're trapped, but then the ball is poked out of bounds. Did that go off of Bauman? Yep, it went off of Bauman. It was knocked off Bauman. That'll be the 20th turnover. 3/4 court. Skylar Keller to throw it in. It's still 42-34. That was the score after 3. We have 6 minutes to go in the game. Sailors left of the paint. Swings it back out. Over to Ramirez. Now straight away to Skylar Keller. Looked like a travel. No whistle. Fans wanted that one. Here's Ramirez into the lane. Bumps into a defender. That's going to be a defensive foul on Wheatley. And she was shooting. But it didn't matter. Wheatley commits her 4th. And with 5:54 to go, 2 free throws for Ramirez. Emma Wolf will check back in. She was out for just a few seconds here for Fajardo. But it's the 4th foul on Wheatley. Free throw is off to the right. Roosevelt in this half is 1 out of 6 from the line. Wheatley is out with 4 fouls. Fajardo, Bauman, Pelton, Lauren Keller, and Emma Wolf. 5:54 to go in the game. Second free throw is coming up for Trinity Ramirez. That one is up, and she bricked it off the back of the rim and off to the right and over the back. Should be Allison Beard to win over the back for Roosevelt. Instead, Skylar Keller. That's even better. She's got 4 fouls. Skylar Keller had 9 points in the 3rd quarter. She's got 14 in the game. Fort Morgan basketball. Keller backcourt pass intended for Fajardo. She tries to save it in towards the Roosevelt bench. Ball is loose on the floor, and there's a tie-up. Fort Morgan stays with the possession of the basketball. Emma Wolf went to the floor along with Trinity Ramirez. But Mustang passing has not been good here in the last few minutes dating back to the 3rd quarter. Neither team has scored in this quarter. Fajardo in the backcourt to Keller. Keller with a left-handed dribble. Keller across the timeline. Keller picks up the dribble. Jump pass is thrown away. Intercepted at the free throw line by Allison Beard all the way. She banks and she misses badly, but the rebound goes over to Skylar Keller. And they reset. Fort Morgan now is committed. 21 turnovers in the game. In the left corner, Ramirez dribbles left of the lane. Stripped by Bauman. Gets it back. Straight away to Skylar Keller. And then had the ball stripped by Fajardo and taken away by Pelton. That's a big turnover. Here's Emma Wolf for Fort Morgan. Wolf does not have the numbers. A 1-on-2. Wolf all the way. Turns, shoots, banks, misses. Rebound, Pelton banks and scores. Pelton, the trailer, was able to put it in. Pelton now with 13 rebounds and 11 points. Sailors the other way. It's a 10-point game. Her runner's up and in on the right baseline with no angle. Sailors now with 13, 44-36. 4:48 to go. Fajardo jump pass front court to Bauman. Bauman right-handed dribble, right wing to Wolf. Mustangs do a nice job that time of breaking the press. Wolf spins back out to Bauman. Bauman dribbles right baseline against Archuleta. Backs up, 12-footer. Hits the side of the backboard, missed it badly. And the rebound to Trinity Ramirez. That's her 2nd. Here's Archuleta across the timeline. 4.5 to go in the game. Fort Morgan 44, Roosevelt 36. Left wing, Skylar Keller fakes the 3, drives, shoots, banks, and scores. To the right of the basket, Skylar Keller with 4 fouls. Now has 16 points in the game. 30-second timeout for Roosevelt with 4:18 to go, and the Mustangs up 44-38. Wow. This was a 17-point lead at one point for the Mustangs. But it's a 15-4 run since then for Roosevelt. So Fort Morgan just trying to stave off the pressure. Just when Destiny Pelton came through with a bucket, back comes Roosevelt. Pelton has 11 points and 13 rebounds unofficially. 15 points and 8 rebounds for Lauren Keller. That's the big duo tonight. Bauman, Keller, along with Wolf, Fajardo, and Emma Christensen. Pelton is on the bench, but I've only got her with 3 fouls. Wolf to throw it in. Wolf in the backcourt to Allie Bauman. Bauman pressured by Sailors. Bauman to Keller at midcourt. It's a 3-on-2. Right of the lane. Keller, there's an illegal screen set by Christensen. Yeah, all she had to do was stay still. She just kept moving right into the defender. Rookie mistake there. Second foul on Emma Christensen. Yeah, if she just stayed still, Keller was going to drive to the basket. Turnover for Fort Morgan. That's her 22nd. Sailors left of the paint. 4 minutes to go. Mustangs up by 6. Right corner. Here's Beard dribbling to her left. Straight away for Keller. Gets a pick from Beard. Cut off over there by Emma Wolf, but she drives and she's fouled. It was a stutter step with a dribble, and then Keller just drove to the basket and fouled as she missed. Skylar Keller to the stripe, and Emma Wolf did commit the foul. That's her first. Skylar Keller to shoot 2. She can make this a 4-point game. Free throw is in the air, and that barely got to the rim. Roosevelt in this half is 1 out of 8 from the line, 12.5%. Wolf and Christensen are out. Pelton is back in with Tessa Frasco. Second free throw for Skylar Keller is up, and that one is good. 17 points in the game. Fajardo pressured in the backcourt. Got to get rid of it. And as the ball tipped away by Archuleta, who's got the basketball. Archuleta dribbles right to the paint. Jump pass, right corner. Beard, wide open 3. Yes. Allison Beard scores her first points, and the Fort Morgan lead is down to 2. Timeout, Mitch Elrick. This is now a 19-4 run by Roosevelt after the Mustangs led 40-23. And again, what has been the issue? Turnovers. Mustangs had 11 at halftime. They've got 12 in the second half, and there's still 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Well, at this point, this is where Keller and Pelton have got to take over again. One has a double-double in Pelton. The other one is working on a double-double in Lauren Keller. Now, keep in mind, while Roosevelt has cut this lead down, they've only committed 4 turnovers in the half, which is 8 fewer than Fort Morgan. Let's see what the Mustangs do coming out of the break here. See what over a century of customer service can do for you at High Plains Bank in Wiggins, offering you a variety of banking needs, including agriculture and personal loans at High Plains Bank in Wiggins. It'll be Mustang basketball. Pressure applied here. To throw it in will be Frasco. Out there with Pelton, Keller. Now Autumn Wheatley back in with 4 fouls, and Allie Bauman. Bauman has it. In the backcourt, jump pass is off the right hand of Keller, out of bounds. It might have been deflected towards Keller, and then she couldn't control it. This is the Mustang team we saw earlier this season that did not look as sharp as they did in the second and early third quarter tonight. Roosevelt can take the lead with a 3 with 3.5 to go. Trying to rally from a 17-point deficit. Right corner, Beard fakes a 3, steps in, into the lane, all the way, banks, she misses, and the ball is tipped out of bounds by Rachel Reese. Fort Morgan basketball. They just got to get into the front court. Frasco, backcourt to Bauman, underneath her own basket. Lobs it towards Keller, cross the timeline, there's a 2-on-1. Keller all the way, and then lost the basketball, got it back. Wheatley's got it, banks, and scores! Autumn Wheatley to the right of the basket, little 5-footer. Mustangs back up, 46-42, 3:05 to go in the game. Sailors at the free throw line, left of the lane against Lauren Keller, cut off, then she throws it straight to Bauman. She thought it was a teammate. Turnover number 17. Bauman left of the lane, banks it, left it short, had no angle. Why take that shot? Rebound to Skylar Keller, had no angle. She was too far underneath the basket. That's just giving away a possession after coming up with a nice turnover. Skylar Keller against Autumn Wheatley. Right corner, Beard fakes the three. Left-handed dribble right of the lane. Bounce pass, left wing. Sailor's three is around and no good. Strong rebound for Destiny Belton. That's her 14th. Now the pass to Keller is off her foot. Mustang turned it over again. It's picked up by Archuleta. On the right wing to Beard. She'll fake the three. Dribble right of the paint. Back out wide open. Skylar Keller three is in and out. Lauren Keller grabs her 9th rebound for Fort Morgan. Now they've got to secure it. Chest pass front court to Wheatley. Wheatley with one to beat. Wheatley all the way. Had the ball knocked out of bounds by Archuleta. Fort Morgan retains possession. 2:11 to go in the game. Mustangs lead 46-42. Allie Bauman to throw it in. Lobs it inside to Pelton. Dribbles, banks, and scores! What a feed there by Bauman. Destiny Pelton now with 13 points in the game. Mustangs in a 4-0 run, 48-42. 2 minutes to go. Right corner, Beard three. Hit nothing but the back of the rim. Ball is knocked out of bounds. That should be off Rachel Reese. Oh, they're going to say it's off Pelton instead. Roosevelt retains possession with 1:56 to go. Fort Morgan trying to hold off a huge rally by Roosevelt. Sailors, right corner, Archuleta takes the triple. Yes! Was she fouled? There is a whistle. I don't know if that's a foul away from the basket. Let's see. There's going to be a foul. The three is good. And the foul's committed by Sailors, who is trying to box out. So give Archuleta the three. It's the 14th foul. Sailors with her second down to a 3-point game. 48-45. Frasco backcourt to Bauman. Now lobs it to Wheatley. Wheatley left-handed dribble. Wheatley nearly stripped. She's got to know who's behind her. Now to Frasco across the timeline. Frasco gets a pick from Wheatley. Fouled at midcourt by Archuleta. Janessa Archuleta commits her 4th. So the 6-point lead was cut in half with a 3-pointer. We've got 1:44 to go in the game. The Mustangs are going for their second straight victory. Their first on the road in the Tri-Valley. Keller lobs it into the top to Wheatley. Wheatley at the free throw line. Left corner. The three from Frasco is off the front of the rim. And the ball is into the hands of Rachel Reese. She falls. No whistle. Here comes Archuleta the other way. They can tie it with a three. Archuleta jump pass. Down low for Reese. And it's ball poked away, but Skylar Keller has it. Keller near the timeline. Nearly an over and back. And then she's traveled. She traveled. I thought the whistle was going to go against Fort Morgan. But instead it's a travel. That's a huge turnover at midcourt against Roosevelt. Mustangs up by 3 still with 1:25 to go. 48-45. These teams have only combined for 9 points in the quarter. Keller lobs it in on the left wing, but nobody's there. And then it's knocked out of bounds, I think, by Archuleta. Wow, they got another break. It's like these girls are playing together for the first time. There's the pass into Bauman near midcourt. Bauman at the top, lob inside to Pelton. Pelton turns, banks, and misses. But she's fouled on the floor. No shot. 16 foul, no free throw. Foul was committed by Rachel Reese. Or is it Archuleta? I thought I saw 1-3. 1-3 or 1-5. No, if it's that's Rachel Reese with her 5th. Fouls out with 4 points. She'll be replaced by Trinity Ramirez with 1:18 to go. Mustang possession up by 3 in the front court. Keller to lob it in. Left of the lane to Pelton. Pelton left baseline. Double teams. Got to dribble it back out. The pass over to Bauman. Right corner to Keller. Timeout Fort Morgan with 1:13 to go. 30-second timeout. Called by Mitch Elrick. And that gives us a chance to tell you that Premier Farm Credit understands production ag. They've been serving the rural communities for over 100 years. Locations in Sterling, Fort Morgan, Yuma, and Holyoke. That's Premier Farm Credit. Fort Morgan 48, Roosevelt 45. The Mustangs lost their first 6 Tri-Valley League games. Were competitive in their last 2 against Skyline and Meade. Got over that hump against Frederick, winning by 17. They led by 17 in this game on the road. But Roosevelt nearly eliminated the lead. It's down to 3. Keller to throw it in at midcourt. In the backcourt to Bauman. Bauman against Ramirez. Boy, nearly pushed off, and she did. That's a good call. She pushed off with the left hand. That was clear from here, and I'm right next to the official. Yeah, that's not a good foul there by Bauman. Pushed off with the left hand. Offensive foul. That's her 4th. Offensive fouls do not merit free throws. 1:07 to go. Roosevelt can tie it with a 3. Sailors right at the free throw line. Jump pass back out to Archuleta. Left wing to Keller. Skylar Keller met by Bauman. Right of the lane. Back out to Sailors. 55 seconds to go. Swings it left corner for Ramirez. Dribbles to her right. Back out to Archuleta against Bauman. Archuleta spins into the paint. Puts up a wild shot and is fouled as she missed off the bottom of the rim. That foul is on Lauren Keller. That'll be her 2nd. Janessa Archuleta to the line. She's got 9 points, all 3-pointers. But this is the area of the game that Roosevelt has really, really struggled in. Free throw shooting, 4 out of 8 in the first half. And they have made just 2 free throws. Oh, they're going to say that was on Bauman. They had 1-1 initially, so Bauman fouls out. Keller only with 1 foul. The free throw is in and out. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that 8 missed free throws? Yeah. In this half, 2 out of 10. Second free throw for Archuleta. She can make it a 2-point game with 48.6 to go. That's in the air, and that is in. Archuleta in double figures with 10. Timeout Roosevelt. This is Morgan County's B106, KPRB, Brush Fort Morgan. I'm John Beltran, live from Roosevelt High School in Johnstown. Fort Morgan is clinging to a 2-point lead. It was a 2-point game earlier, then Fort Morgan scored 4 points in a row. But now Roosevelt has scored 4 consecutive points. The Mustangs, though, have 8 turnovers in this quarter, 15 in the half. 26 in a game. Roosevelt with 18 turnovers. Boy, this will be a crushing loss if Fort Morgan cannot hold on. When you have a 17-point lead, I know it's a road game, but these girls gained a lot of confidence in the last 3 games. But they were nailing their open looks. Lauren Keller could not miss for a while. She nailed 4 shots in a row. From the second to third quarters, has not scored in the fourth. Fort Morgan only has 6 points in the quarter. Roosevelt has 12. It was an 8-point lead after 3. Tessa Frasco looking, still looking. Gets it into Wheatley near the corner. Now over to Frasco underneath her own basket. Frasco, Fort Morgan needs a timeout, and then the ball is stripped out of bounds over there by Skylar Keller. Fort Morgan got a break there. I don't know if they've got timeouts left. 42.4 seconds to go. Wheatley, Keller, Fajardo, Pelton, and Tessa Frasco. Frasco looking, backcourt to Fajardo, double team, jump pass to Frasco. Frasco to Keller. She breaks midcourt. Keller on the outside right, towards the right baseline, all the way, banks. And was that an illegal screen? It was on Pelton. All she had to do was stay still. But I'm not sure that's a good call. They're going to say Pelton with an illegal screen. Keller would have had a wide open layup to the right of the basket. Turnover number 27 for Fort Morgan. Destiny Pelton commits her 4th. 30 seconds to go. Sater straight away for Roosevelt at the free throw line. Hands it off to Skylar Keller. Slams into Lauren Keller. And that's going to be, is that offensive? Yep, it's an offensive foul. Skylar Keller's fouled out. Lauren Keller took the contact in the lane. Boy, that's a big disqualification. A huge disqualification. 18 points in the game. Check that, 17 for Skylar Keller. Replacing her will be Madison Horahan, who's barely played. And now a timeout called by Roosevelt. This game is being extended. 48-46. 25.2 seconds to go. This could be a huge road win for the Mustangs, who need that clock to tick as quickly as possible. And right now, we'll set the lineup coming out of the timeout. Looks like they won't make any significant changes. Keller and Pelton will be out there, along with Autumn Wheatley, Caitlin Fajardo, and Tessa Frasco. In the backcourt, Mustangs have 3 lined up at the free throw line, one behind the other. Pelton on the offensive end. Frasco looking, still looking, still looking, still looking. Timeout, Fort Morgan. They needed that timeout. That count was at 4. They might need somebody else to inbounds the basketball. Frasco is not that tall either. She can't see over the defense. They're right on top of her. They might need somebody else. Let's see what Coach Elrick decides to do. I mean, she had nobody open. But if you have nobody open and you can't even lob it towards the front court because you don't have the height. I mean, the 2 inbounds passers for Fort Morgan we've seen are obviously Tessa Frasco and even more so Lauren Keller. 48-46, 25.2 seconds to go from Johnstown. Coach Elrick just trying to draw up anything to get the ball inbounds and then to get the ball across midcourt. Roosevelt has committed 17 fouls, so any foul is going to be a 1-and-1. Mustangs have put Roosevelt in the double bonus. Well, same formation to the right of the basket, not quite to the corner. Frasco to throw it in. Now the Mustangs spread out. Frasco bounce pass backcourt to Keller. Keller on the high left in the backcourt had the ball stripped and then she lost the ball out of bounds. There was some contact there. She couldn't control it with the left hand. Turnover number 10 in the quarter. 17th and a half, 28 in the game. 21.4 seconds to go. Lost it at midcourt. Archuleta into Sailors. Sailors with 18 at the top of the basketball. Left of the lane. Tries to force up a shot, and it's blocked. Keller and Wheatley right there. Wheatley away with the basketball in the backcourt to Frasco with 10 seconds to go. Now to Wheatley underneath her own basket with 8. Just get rid of it. Lobs over to Fajardo. Crossing midcourt with 4. Fajardo bounce pass to Keller. Lays it up and in. Fort Morgan's going to win the game. Fort Morgan wins the game. 50-46. Incredible offensive execution with all types of pressure. Keller scored just before the buzzer went off, and the Mustangs win by 4. Holy mahungus. Fort Morgan 50, Roosevelt 46. We'll wrap this thing up in 3 minutes on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.